community's calendar. So, Micah, the question was about business funding, right? How to get business funding the best way?
Yeah, it was about business credit funding going from zero to funding.
Okay. So the first things first, we want to know what a fundable report. So I'm going to do on the getting funding through your personal side. All right. So first things first, the first step to, all right, we're going to get funding. What does a fundable report look like? All right. So a lot of people don't know that you can have a 750 credit score. And if you go to the bank, you have a 790 credit score, it goes to the bank and still get denied. Why? Because you don't have 6 months of credit. You have only 6 months of credit age. If you ask me for $50,000 and you only have 6 months of credit age, I'm not giving you no $50,000. A lot of times people don't know that you need comparable credit. What is that? You need at least 2 credit cards with a minimum balance of $3,000. Why? If you don't have high limits on your personal side, why should I give you high limits on your business side? Makes sense? Then we want to have 20% or less credit utilization. I know a lot of those gurus out there say 30%. We want 20%. All right. If I tell you 20, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, all right, but what if I got can I get through at 24, 25? Okay. But if I tell you 30, you're gonna say, all right, can I get through at 30, 35? No, damn it. Like, no. So you're gonna give them that little wiggle room because there's makes sense, guys. So when you check off all of those boxes, then you're ready for funding, not just you having a 750 credit score. You need that report to show. All right. So now once we have the report, not the score, once we have the report, now once we're doing that, when you're in the process of doing that, you want to start setting yourself up for where you're gonna go get funding. Now again, Ali's gonna touch on the corporate credit when you have the 2 years tax returns and all that good stuff. But when we're first starting off, I guarantee you, everybody on this life does not have in their EIN, their business only, they're making $3 million a year in their business. Probably not. You probably don't have 2 years of tax returns. Probably not. So that means we have to go get funding on our personal side, which means we can go PG it. All right, we can go PG that funding. So that means we need to go to banks that do 0% interest. All right. So now we got to go set ourselves up. So we go get an account with Chase. We go to Bank of America and start up an account. We go to US Bank and get an account. We go to Navy. Well, Navy is not 0% interest. No credit unions are 0% interest because they're non-for-profit. All right. So, but we'll go to those PNC. They have 0% interest. We'll go to those banks and get a starter account so we can, once our credit is done, now we can go straight to those banks because we already have a relationship. Because a lot of people don't know that some banks are relationship based. If you don't have a relationship, a previous relationship with them, they're not going to give you that bag. Makes sense? So while we're repairing our credit, making sure we're building that credit out, let's go get the banks that we need. Now that we have that, now we have to also pick which banks pull from different bureaus. This is another mistake that people mess up on. A lot of people say, let's go to Chase. And Chase pulls from Experian. Let me go to Chase and get 50,000. Beautiful. Then they go to another bank that pulls from Experian. Then another bank that pulls from Experian. And now you're getting denied because you have all those inquiries in one bureau. So how we have to do is we have to also go to you guys can take your notes. There's a site called ibank.net. All right, ibank.net. You go to that bank and you can iBranch Locator or something like that. But you can go to those sites and you can go see which bank pulls from which bureau. Okay, so I can go see that Chase pulls from Experian. So I'll go there. Then I'll go to Truist because they pull from TransUnion, and then I go to BOA because they pull from Equifax. So now I have 3 banks that pull from 3 different bureaus. If I go get 50, 50, 50, I just accumulated $150,000, but the banks only see 1 inquiry per bureau. Makes sense? Now, again, what do? We go do that in a week. Then once we apply for those credit cards, the inquiries hit the same day, guys. The inquiries hit the same day. So what we can do is we can go erase those inquiries before the accounts hit. Now we can go to 3 more banks and they see no inquiries. Makes sense? If we wait until the accounts hit, now we cannot remove those inquiries because you cannot remove inquiries that are attached to open accounts. Does that make sense, everybody? Drop a 1 in the chat. If you take too long on this play and you, oh, damn, I took too long, I didn't run the play. Now you're stuck with those inquiries. Okay? So make sure when we run these plays, we want to be like, we want to get this stuff done. So let's make sure that once we apply, we erase those inquiries so we can keep going for more funding and more funding. Does that make sense? That's just the basic level of how you can start getting funding on your personal side. Make sure you, just a little recap, make sure you have a fundable report. You know what a fundable report looks like. Make sure it matches up to that. Then you start making sure you establish relationships with the banks that you want to go to. So now that you're ready, you can go get that funding and make sure that they pull from different bureaus so you're not stacking up all your inquiries in one bureau. Does that make sense, everybody? Cool.
Yes, Dre.
Yes, ma'am.
Kendra. So how long did you say it take for the inquiry to show?
So between like 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I want to say. Now, it's not a science. Some banks, they slap them a lot quicker. Some banks put the account on a lot later. So it's not an exact science, but I tell people, try to get that off in the same week, same couple of days. Like, you know, you're going to go apply. So once you apply, the next thing you should be doing is getting that inquiry removed. That's the exact next thing you should be doing, not wasting time. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, got you.
Beautiful. Great question.
Dre,
Great question.
Dre, question. What was the name of that website? iBank what?
.net.
It's ibank.net. I'm trying to go to that website. I want to see what it looks like.
And then I'll drop another one for you guys. I got you, man. I got you. But yeah, so there's multiple websites that we can go to that will show you which banks pull from which bureaus. Make sense, guys?
I love it.
Beautiful.
I'm not getting access. I'm not getting access to it, but whatever.
I'll drop it.
You drop it in the chat so I can see it, because that's crazy. That's big, guys. Understanding what bank has what and what they're pulling from. It gives you the opportunity to know what to actually choose when you're going into the system and how to pick the right information to get the best out of what you're doing. Because fixing your credit is the start of it. It's not the end goal. If anybody's end goal is to fix their credit, God bless, you're ahead. You're a lot more financially and mentally ahead of a lot of us. Okay? Because every single person in here wants credit for one reason. They want to buy something. And whatever they want to buy is why they want to fix their credit, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's a business, no matter what it is, they didn't find out they had bad credit until they had to buy something. So knowing what you have to do to get yourself right is huge.